timer, come up and speak.
Don Schmidt, for quite a few years. One is, I wanna know when we'll get children, slow down, children play in the area. The north and south, going up and down Miramar, from Miramar Road to Miramar Drive. I saw two today when the wife and I were driving two of my grandkids in the car. And the other way I saw one, but there's nothing to stop people to slow down and drive at the speed limit. There's people out walking in the neighborhood with their dogs. There's kids playing in the road. My kids used to, there's new kids in the neighborhood, there's a lot more now than there was before. And people are driving too fast. ATVs are driving too fast. If I gotta join them, I wanna know what the rules are. I wanna know how fast that I can go. Do I go 10 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour, same in car? I wanna know what the rules are, so if I wanna get one, I'm gonna get one. If you can't stop them or slow them down a little bit, or even the vehicles, I know the police have a lot of things to do. But when they come down my street and Pine Street and a couple of the straighter streets, there's blind spots. People are gonna get hurt. And I don't think too many people care. Now, if it's their own kid getting hurt, then they're gonna try to sue somebody. My granddaughters get hurt because they're trying to get out of our driveway. There's a blind spot, my neighbor's. He's got bushes that are 15 feet tall, then he parks his two vehicles in the front. My kids go up that driveway, people that leave that stop sign in the center of, White Oak Drive, and they're heading north. They take off from that intersection. Some people come around the corner off of Miramar Road. They fly past my house. There are respectable people out there. I respect a lot of them. But we gotta slow people down in these areas before somebody seriously gets hurt or killed. I was here 2 years ago. I haven't had time to come back because I've been ill. I had to deal with my mother's death and my sister. I didn't have time for all this stuff for a while. But I'm back, and if I gotta keep pushing my button, Craig didn't wanna listen to me when he was on the road crew stuff. He talked me out of it, well, nobody's gonna slow down anyway, until somebody gets hurt. If my kids get hurt, the whole damn town's gonna hear about it, cause I'll sue everybody that I can for not paying attention.
What is
It's
the
just like the lakes.
Okay, which road, from Miramar Road to Miramar Drive, which road did you say?
North and south roads.
All north and south roads?
Well, Elm is kinda hard to do because it's short, it's on a hill. But then you got,
You finish.
the one that's on the west end, what is that one?
John, what is your address for the record?
It goes up over the hill.
What is your address?
Mine?
Yep.
North 9176 Bath Street. I've been there since '79.
9176?
Yep.
Thank you.
But they need them on all the roads, not just mine. I was sitting on the deck the other night, looking towards, east. They were doing the same thing over here.
It's already posted 25, right?
Pardon me?
The speed limit is 25, right?
Yes, it is. Maybe it should be slower. I don't know.
Alright,
All I know is when I go down around the lake, there's so many parked cars around there, because people in the lake are relative out to the lake. I go slow through there, and I get 2 or 3 cars that follow me, and they don't like the fact that I'm slowing down so I don't hit somebody that might walk out from behind a vehicle. I always drive slow around these areas.
alright. We'll put that on a point of discussion, with police chief, DPW, and the board next month. Discussion. Okay, Middle Drive, all north, south roads. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello? Alright, public comments? Done? Move that forward.
I wanna touch base on 2 things, if I may. One, I wanna touch base on 9B on the agenda. The board seems to, certain factions of the board seems to be going around what the electors voted on, what they wanted. When we asked the electors to vote on the new police garage, they approved it, for $200,000, we moved full speed ahead to building the police garage. That's fine, no problem. Well, the electors also voted 42 to 32 to have Attorney Mills draft a suitable ordinance that would be good to ride ATVs in the roads around here. And Attorney Mills did a good job of putting a nice ordinance together. At the last meeting, there was some dancing around, Bill Wooster said he's gonna vote no, and Joe all of a sudden wants to put it to a referendum when the people already spoke, it went to a referendum at the annual meeting. The electors voted, they said, we want Mills to draft an ordinance and then have it put into law. I don't know why this is a problem, why we can't do what the will of the people want. Now, you wanna put it to a referendum, you wanna have your closed circuit email groups, shuffle information around, get them all out to vote, to shoot it down. The people don't have limits anymore. That's gonna be a construction zone soon. So in the past, people would go down there, they'd bring their trucks and trailers, come from Miramar, unload their ATVs, go out on the lake, do a day of fishing with their family, come back, load them up, and go back home. Well, that's not gonna be an option for them, because the building is gonna probably be a construction zone in short order. And, past practices for the last 19 years, people have been enjoying access to the lake because of the kindness of the generosity of the Lindy's property. Well, that's gone. So I'm imploring the board to make this ATV thing a reality, and all the work, that hard work Jim put in, should be recognized and should be utilized. The second thing I wanna touch base on is, this thing with my sign, it doesn't sit well with me. I spend a lot of time knocking on a lot of doors, meeting with a lot of people, debates, Facebook Live stuff, all kind of things. And to have 5 of my signs stolen and have nothing come of it because of some tomfoolery with the evidence being issued to the Lower County District Attorney. There's an investigation going on in this, and I'm scheduling a meeting with Steve Weisenfeld at the county DA, and I'm gonna go to the state attorneys general if we don't get some resolve to this. Thank you.
Public comments? Any others?
Hello. My name is Joe Jones. I'm at N9033 Miramar Drive. My wife and I have been frequenting this area for 15, 16 years on a second property. So we would come down on weekends. We recently, 2 years ago, moved permanently down here, so we're trying to get more involved and understand what's going on around here. And I go on the site, and I guess, I don't know if I'm on the right site or not, but I go on the site and there's no packets, so I can't come prepared to help talk or understand even what you're talking about. The meeting notes, meeting minutes aren't good back to 5/19. So what'd you say? I'm not, I just don't know how to contribute or participate without having the information. So that's all I'm.
Okay, and that's worth a comment, because, we said, when we started the communications program, that we want the packets online. So that's a matter of scanning it.
Packets were done at 11 o'clock and the meeting started at 12, there was no time.
11, 12.
On
No,
Friday.
on Friday.
Why were we paying you $60,000 a
With
year?
our
Before
new,
you all walked in the door.
Come
with our
on.
new copier though.
Yeah, he sent it.
I'm only
It's on
one
the side.
person.
Huh?
I'm only one person.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know who's doing it or why not, but I can't participate. And
Yep.
so that's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and agreed that we have mentioned that. I mean, this is something that we've been talking about ever since the beginning, right? A year and a half, and those gotta get on there. And make time to scan it, send it to, that website so it can be posted. That we said we were gonna do, so we have to do that. As far as the meeting minutes, I know like last month we approved like 5 of them, and today we approved like 5 of them, so they can't get posted as unapproved, that's the issue. Our discussion that we have with that liability wise is, even if you say draft, it doesn't, I guess, protect you from if there's a statement in there that ends up being changed when we have a regular meeting.
That's something, yeah, we kind of asked Jim to look into for us, if we could put, draft minutes
In our
to be
recommendations,
approved,
Right.
in the record of transparency that the town residents have been asking for.
Minneapolis. No, but that doesn't, I mean, as far as the package, we said consistently, we want that done, we need it on there.
Well, that was just more of a, I was trying to explain, minutes are done contemporaneously with the meeting.
It's
I
like
mean,
writing a term paper.
Sometimes they're not done until a week before the next board meeting anyway, so I was well just wait until they become approved.
Right.
And so that's one thing Jen was gonna add to that section of the website too, to clarify that, yeah, to clarify that minutes, cannot be posted until they're approved, which happens the meeting following, potentially, as long as everyone, you know, is it like election, it might be 2 meetings, something like that. But, yeah, that's definitely something she's gonna add on the website for the minutes, and for the package, Jen does have a scanner now, so she, said that's something that she.
Yeah, I think the minutes will be less of an issue needing to, or wanting to post unapproved, once we figure out how
Live
to
video.
videotape the meeting itself, and then just watch the meeting.
Right.
I agree.
But I mean, last
So we're hoping to
month's
get close.
minutes aren't posted yet.
That can be approved
It
if
was
we
tonight.
just.
No, last month's that were
Right.
approved.
Yes, they were, yes, they were.
They are, so.
So
May
in
19th.
June, we approved for May, so
Right,
today was July, so we approved the
For
July, the June meeting.
yeah, May 19th.
Yeah, so the
So those
June
were
got
approved in
approved
June.
tonight, but May
Okay,
19th, you said
yeah.
is there.
And there are some things like, when I have to notice a quorum of the board, there will be no minutes, because it's just a notice that they went to training. No town business is taking place, there's no agenda, it's
Right.
just a notice that a quorum was in one place at one time.
Right.
There's no minutes, there's no packets, there's nothing.
For
You
closing
have
meetings,
to
there's no
look at
minutes.
what's an agenda, what that item says.
No, I'd be
Really
happy
click
just,
on it.
just with packets for regular board meetings would be great.
Absolutely.
Joe,
Maybe.
would I get
I'd like one of those too.
Oh, I thought I gave it to you.
You
And
might
nine,
have, I apologize.
and 9033 East Miramar Drive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, public comments? Anyone else? Okay, Peter, go.
In an emergency.
Emergency? There you go. Bad timing and everything.
Good time to pass the ATVs.
Okay,
Referendum.
under unfinished business,